Got vision and destiny. Add elemental, that's chemistry. All those heroes, that's infinity. It's endgame.
Yugi peoples, welcome to the commentary. As you can see right here, we got a different kind of camera angle for you. We are on the POV hero cam right here, and yeah, got a little interesting deck for you today. I have brought out my branded hero OTK deck, and yeah, we decided to play this in locals, and we actually did pretty good with it. We started off 2-0, even though both of my rounds started off against trap heavy decks. The first one was like a Dinomorphia deck that was using what is it, the new Arc V Supreme thing to bring out like two big old crystal wing monsters or something. I don't know, it was like crazy with the trap card and banishing him and the trap card, and it did some other crazy stuff. I might still upload that video, like trying to get this view right. And yeah, as you can see, it is a going second deck because it's an OTK deck. So I did let him go first. And for the second time, like I said, my first round I played against trap deck, and yeah, he anti-spelled me first game too. And as you can see, it just happens again, and it's crazy because I opened up Lightning Storm and Regeki, so I definitely would have just like straight OTK'd him. They don't usually play hand traps, you know, so yeah, Lightning Storm Regeki definitely would have put an end to this duel very, very quickly, but that's not going to be the case since he did have the anti-spell out there, and he had other Labrynth cards, you know, thanks to the furniture, among other things. And yeah, I'm just not going to be able to do much. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a swift end to the game. He's going to bounce back my Shadow Miss, unfortunately, and then also get to destroy my Lightning Storm, and I am going to go ahead and just scoop it up right there. Yeah, that anti-spell was just like the complete death of me. And you know, I'm actually telling him, as I'm pretty sure he can tell, that I'm main decking that stuff now. But yeah, so you know, we just decided to go with the branded hero OTK deck here. And now we're going to side out a lot of the cards that I don't feel like would be as good against him. You know, stuff like triple tactics, challenge thrust. We're going to get in those kaijus, which I think the kaijus might have actually been main decked. I'm not too sure. But, you know, I really like thrust inside of this deck. You know, one of the better cards for this deck now that, you know, that card is out. And yeah, we got the cosmic cyclones off in there because I came, you know, prepared. We didn't main deck it, but I really know that anti-spell could be the death of me. So we do have the 3 cosmic cyclones inside of the extra deck. I mean, inside of the side deck. We're going to put those off in there, put in the ghost bell to step the big welcome Labrynth. And, you know, I was trying to decide as I was side decking, do I really want to go second against this deck and risk him flipping up the anti-spell on me again? And yeah, I just decided, you know, it's a going second deck. Let's just go ahead and keep it going second. It's just like kind of hard to side deck against this deck because yeah, I want to make sure I get in all my spell and trap card removal. And one of the things was like one of my cards I brought inside the wrong sleeve. You can actually see it over there. It's inside the gray sleeve. So, you know, if you count the 14 cards that I just took out of there, plus that card that's over there in the side outside of the sleeve, it's because, yeah, for some reason, like the when I was switching up the deck from my Neos deck, I just completely did not do that right. So for this game right here, I think he was a little surprised that I decided to let him go first, and fortunately he didn't draw any trap cards. It looked like he was like all hand trapped in, and yeah, we're just gonna try to go straight for the kill here. We're gonna summon Owlbear. You see people over there looking at my OCGs, C sleeves, trying to get stuff. We're gonna go for the Owlbear, get the branded fusion, but unfortunately he does have the ash for it, and we didn't get to Vion or, you know, anything like that. So, you know, it's a little bit unfortunate of a turn there. We just had to, you know, do that and pass our turn kind of like he did. But, you know, like I said, it's a good thing that he didn't draw any trap cards or anything like that. I actually have the branded in red, and I'm actually not going to set it. I'm just going to go ahead and wait since I don't have a Despia monster or Fallen Bowels inside of my inside of my graveyard. I don't want it to get like destroyed by one of his welcome cards or anything like that. So yeah, but now he goes ahead and he's got the furniture out there, and it's going to allow him to get one of his trap cards out onto the board. And yeah, so now we've got that trap card to worry about, which I think it'll be okay. You know, the thing that kind of says, like, I run 3 Vions inside of this deck and only 1 Stratos, and I drew the 1 Stratos, which is kind of, unfortunately, he's only off in there for the Hero Lives target. That's pretty much all that he's off in there for. And then in order to get off Sunrise's effect, I really need to have like extra heroes, and you know, he's just like one of the better ones. So he's going to be able to do Labrynth stuff here. Like I said, he did the furniture thing at the end of the turn. It's an in-hand effect, and it's going to allow him to set the Labrynth card that he had just set and that he had just used and set a new one. And now I draw the Hero Lives. And the unfortunate thing is, like I said, I only have the 1 Stratos in deck. So I'm going to go ahead and use this to special summon out my Shadow Mist, which I think will be okay in the end, because since I have Stratos in hand, I can go ahead and like force him to activate whatever trap card that is, and then I can use Shadow Mist and, you know, Stratos to probably do something. I do have Miracle Fusion in hand along with Branded in red, which I probably like, now that I'm like looking at this turn as I'm going, I don't think I did what would have been most efficient for the turn. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get rid of his Labrynth card there. That way it's not doing anything crazy. Then we're going to summon Stratos, activate his effect to destroy back row. And of course, since it doesn't target, he has to go ahead and chain the one that's down there. And since he chains Call by the Grave, I'm gonna have to go ahead and chain the Branded in red, grab back my Aliber, and I'm going to fusion summon with those, trying to decide what to do. I think like essentially I was trying to decide like, should I go for like, what should I go for, Masquerade Dragon, or what did I ultimately want to do? And I think like the play was here is that I should have, well, actually I already normal summoned, so I don't think it would really matter if I went ahead and did the Shadow Mist effect now in order to get out the whatchamacallit. But I really wanted to use the Dramaturge from hand, so we're going to go ahead and go Chimera here using the Stratos, because I don't want my Shadow Mist to get banished. And yeah, his trap card is going to bring out this lady right here, which is going to allow him to search any Labrynth card, and the Chimera is going to, you know, pop one of the cards. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the defense position monster, just because that won't allow me to do damage with her in defense position. And then I'm going to get to draw 2 cards and special summon my Dramaturge out to the board. And yeah, just waiting to resolve all these effects and stuff as he was searching for his Labrynth card. You see my Dramaturge go out. We're going to pop that, and then, like I said, draw the 2 cards. We drew another Gamma Seal, which will actually come in handy later, because, you know, it just takes any water monster to pretty much make Ab-Zero, and we're just going to be able to attack here. And yeah, unfortunately we're going to get nibbed there. Which is crazy, because this deck usually plays around different things like that. But he's going to chain the Labrynth card there to discard the nib also, which allow him to set the Labrynth trap. And it does not negate Nibiru's effect, but for some reason it still tributes all my monsters. So yeah, all my stuff gets tributed. We're going to go ahead and grab Shadow Mist effect, trying to decide if I should grab Vion or if I should grab my Liquid Soldier. And I think like ultimately the best move here is to just go ahead and grab Vion, because he does allow me to add the polymerization. And yeah, this game's looking not too good now, but I am going to go ahead and decide to Miracle Fusion here, just in case he does start doing Labrynth stuff. At least I have like a little bit of protection out on the board, and we're not just like gonna get like our stuff pushed in. So yeah, one of the good things about the Gamma Seal, which is one of the reasons why I actually chose him also, but also, you know, like, would Santa Claus have been a good choice? I'm not sure if that's a light, but you know, also being able to get my stuff back with the shining might actually be useful also. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and bring out the Ab-Zero, but he's got the Bestial monster, so he's going to banish my Dramaturge and special summon that out to the board. I decided not to go ahead and kill it, that way I can kind of keep him from having a battle phase or having like a really good battle phase, because you know he wouldn't want to summon monsters and then crash into Ab-Zero and get them all destroyed. So yeah, essentially we're going to put a good stop to that by bringing out the by waiting to attack. And we also have the Ghost Bell in hand, which is really good because I do believe he set the big welcome Labrynth, and I'm going to go ahead and Ghost Bell that. Since it can special summon from grave, you are actually able to Ghost Bell that. So yeah, we're gonna Ghost Bell that, and he's trying to decide if there's anything else that he can do here. And the Bestial monster, I'm pretty sure is just going to, well, he pushes it to defense position, not wanting to just like destroy his only monster on board. And it's got that effect where it can send special summon monster, which is, I feel like, the main reason why he decided to just go ahead and switch it to defense position, because he'll still be protected, I guess. Like, he essentially does the same thing that my Ab-Zero does, because it'll keep me from like being it out special summon monsters. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and Gamma Seal it, go ahead and sacrifice our Ab-Zero, but it's all good because we got the Vion to send Shadow Mist here, Shadow Mist to go ahead and add that Graceful Charity from our deck to the hand, then Vion's effect to go ahead and get that Polymerization. Of course, we're going to poly those into our Sunrise here. Unfortunately, we no longer have access to Miracle Fusion, but we are going to get to draw 2 and discard 1 here. We are going to, man, it's a tough choice. I'm trying to decide, because if he sets any trap card, then I have that. But Fallen Valbaz is also good for fusioning with anything that he has. And we also have the Ghost Bell to, in case he has like another Labyrinth Trap or something to set. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and discard the Fallen Valbaz. And I feel like keeping the Cosmic Cyclone was definitely the call. And as you can see, furniture and a card to send, and yeah, he's going to get one of those trap cards, and I'm just going to be able to banish it with the Cosmic Cyclone, and that will go ahead and seal his faith. As there is the Welcome Labyrinth, go ahead and show him the Cosmic Cyclone, and yeah, we pull off game 2 thanks to him not having anti-spell or skill drain or anything like that. And yeah, just pretty fortunate. And you know, now going into this game, he definitely knows that I'm going to be going second, so I'm pretty sure like his siding choices will be a little bit different. And I think like one of the main things I was deciding when I was side decking going into this next game was how effective Super Poly would be. Like when I ran this deck originally, it was ran during the time when Branded Despia was the best deck. So Super Poly was really good in that time era, and not so good against this deck. But since he's playing the Bestials, like playing Master Duel has taught me that, you know, it's better to use my Bestials, chain my Bestial to their Bestial. So that's essentially what I'm going for here, since he did side in Bestial monsters. Even though I only saw one, I'm going to go ahead and side in my Bestial monsters to counter his at the same time. Like, it doesn't exactly counter it, but at the same time, it'll allow me to still OTK without him putting a body out on the board to keep me from OTKing him, because they're, you know, 2,500 beat sticks. And yeah, I just found out in Master Duel that having that extra 2,500 attack sometimes is a lot of extra damage to be able to get out there on the board. So there, we're just going to go ahead and skip all that shuffling, all that stuff and everything. And yeah, going into game 3 here, we actually drew a really good hand, because we have the Lightning Storm, we have the Cosmic Cyclone, and We have the Call by the Grave, which is not all that great against this deck, but you know, he is playing hand traps and stuff. As you can see, I did get ashed earlier, so yeah. But you know, one of the crazy things is he opened up with that Pot of Extrav, so it's like he gets the free Pot of Greed there. And yeah, I just felt like maybe this wasn't going to go exactly the way I wanted to. And yeah, I also didn't draw like, oh no, I have the Branded Fusion, and I have the Call by the Grave, and the Lightning Storm, and I actually don't have the Cosmic Cyclone yet. There it is. All right, because I was like pretty sure that I drew Cosmic Cyclone in this game. And we go standby phase. He doesn't flip up anti-spell, so main phase, I'm going to drop the Lightning Storm, and he's going to start chaining welcome cards. And as he's chaining welcome cards here, I'm trying to think and remember, because he activated both of them, which one has the like graveyard effects, because I know like one of them can pop one and do stuff inside the graveyard. And since he didn't have the anti-spell, I'm going to want to chain the Cosmic Cyclone to one of these right here to keep it out of the graveyard, and to going to keep it out the graveyard to keep it from being able to bounce my stuff, because I think he has to have like a big fiend monster out there on the board, and it'll allow him to like bounce stuff. And just checking to make sure that I picked the right one as he continues to resolve his Labrynth trap effects. And he's going to, you know, have to bounce one back to hand, but it's going to special summon the other one out onto board, which will allow him to either pop a card on the board or in my hand. And seeing as how I have nothing on the board, he's going to hit one in my hand. And, you know, as y'all saw my hand, you know, here's a prayer right here that he doesn't hit the Branded Fusion, because if he hits that, that's unfortunately like my only starter that I have in hand. But he's going to hit the Gamma Seal. Came out pretty fortunate there. And yeah, so we're going to be able to do Branded Fusion things here. Even if he had the Ash, we did have the Call by the Grave for it. So we're going to send the Albaz, send the Shadow Mist there, and we're going to start doing hero things along with branded things. So there goes the Branded Fusion play. I was trying to decide if that was like the right way to go, because I really didn't want to have to discard this Call by the Grave, but seeing as how he didn't like ash it, I'm going to assume that he doesn't have a hand trap here, and we're going to go ahead and discard the Call by the Grave, and we'll be able to shuffle those guys in to special summon Albion. We're going to get Shadow Mist effect to go ahead and grab our Liquid Soldier, and we're going to use the Albion's effect to banish the Shadow Mist and the Liquid Soldier to go ahead and bring out our whatchamacallit, our elemental hero Sunrise, which is actually kind of like a play mistake. I should have did the Liquid Soldier, and I could have did like, nah, I guess this ended up having to be the way I wanted to, but it would have been nice if I could have saved one of the elemental heroes in my graveyard so that I could have OTK'd him. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case, and I'm trying to decide what to go ahead and discard here. I definitely don't want to discard the Bahamut, but I think like the way the turn turned out, there was just no way for me to be able to OTK him with this hand. Yeah, because I really needed an extra hero in order to get there, but because of the way my hand was, I'm not going to be able to quite get it there. And I think like if I did the actually, yeah, but I didn't know I was going to draw another one. Maybe I could have just did the Liquid Soldier and the Gamma Seal there to go ahead and draw two, and then off the Miracle Fusion ad, I would have still had the Shadow Mist inside a grave. That way I could have discarded, you know, whatever, and been able to like Miracle Fusion with that. Because actually I think I forgot to put Escurado inside of my extra deck, so maybe that's not what would have happened. But you know, we did what we did. We're going to go ahead, and everything's gaining 200 for each different attribute on the board, on my side of the board. So yeah, we got the dark and the light, so it puts it at 29. Albion's going to be able to attack into the Labrynth exchange, and you know, I wanted to use the Albion there because he gets a graveyard effect. So we're not going to crash our Sunrise off into their course. And yeah, we're going to have to decide. I'm going to go ahead and banish his, go ahead and banish that lady out of there. Go ahead and get my Bahamut out onto the board. And not too sure why I decided to go ahead and do that. Oh, it's because I wanted to go ahead and get the search. So I figured it was just like, you know, better to just go ahead and do it now. We're going to get Albion's effect to go ahead and set the branded in red. And, you know, now that I think about it, not too sure if that was actually the right choice, because we don't have a Despia monster or Fallen of Albaz inside of our graveyard. So it probably should have been branded fusion, but it's all good. You know, it is what it is. He gets the other pot of extra, so he's going to pot a greed on us again with only 3 cards inside of his extra deck. And I think there was actually one of them that he wanted to be in there. And unfortunately, I think I end up hitting like all 3 copies of them in between his 2 pot of extras. And yeah, so, you know, a little bit unfortunate for him. He's going to switch his lady into attack position. He's checking to make sure Sunrise's effect, to make sure it's like not when he attacks, you know, or it gets attacked or anything like that. But no, it's on one of the hero attacks or his attack. So yeah, now he's got 2 back rows back there for me to worry about. With this one out on the board, up comes the anti-spell fragrance, which is not good for me also, but I think it's like going to be all right. We're going to go ahead and activate branded opening here, and we're going to discard the Shadow Mist, and that will allow us to go ahead and special summon Alibur, get the Shadow Mist effect to add a hero from deck to hand. We are going to be able to add here our, let's see, what we're going to go ahead and add. We're going to go ahead and add our Stratos here. Him having that anti-spell up means we need to go ahead and attack over that monster, and I can do that by going to go search for my Honest Neos, and he's resolving trap card effects there. Making sure, I want to make sure that he couldn't activate this turn, but it's all good. We're going to go ahead and be able to add this Honest Neos off of our Stratos effect. We got Bahamut in on the board, and we also have Druid's Worm inside of our hand, but fortunately this will be enough. I'm going to go ahead and Honest Neos over the top of that and be able to attack directly with Bahamut. And yeah, we're gonna grab the victory there with our branded hero OTK deck against Labrynth and anti-spell. And like I said, like, I didn't think I was going to be able to win, especially if he had flipped up that other anti-spell, but you know, he didn't get it, so we were able to grab the victory. And appreciate everybody for staying a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next video.
My wingman, he come through, he level up, he go cool, he's shining out and popping to over 9K. That's a breakthrough. Be on top now. Here's a look at our world.